Hello, music fans. You're watching Death by Unicorn, where we talk about metal, rock, and prog music. And today, I finally sat down and listened to Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory by Dream Theater, all the way through. And I do not get it. I genuinely do not understand why people think this is one of the greatest progressive metal albums of all time. I think I might actually hate this album. Now, I've seen people call this a masterpiece for years. It's a concept album. It's a prog metal landmark. Some people say this is Dream Theater's best album and one of the best prog metal albums ever made. So I went in expecting something epic here. And instead, I got a lot of stuff, really. Like structurally, I think I get what they're going for here. They have recurring themes, they have narrative callbacks and all that, but it feels very excessive, and every song feels like it's trying to prove something and say, look how awesome we are. Like every section is like, hey, check out this time signature, this odd time signature, and this crazy change, and hey, check out this solo, check out this other solo. At a certain point, I'm just tired. And the story here, I mean, I appreciate ambition, but I feel like I'd need a flow chart, a map, and possibly even a private investigator to follow what's happening in this. So I'm listening to this, I'm like, wait, who's Nicholas? Who's Victoria? Why am I suddenly in 1928? So I'm going to touch on a few songs here. It starts off with a sound of someone hypnotizing someone, I think, with those ticks like a metronome and spoken word, and it's really annoying. And then they have Overture 1928. And I think having an overture on a prog album is just so cliche and predictable. Strange Deja Vu, Fatal Tragedy, those songs are okay actually, but I barely remember Through My Words and Beyond This Life. And I listened to this many times in preparation for this review. I gave it a fair shot. I listened to it like 7 times. Through Her Eyes is a lame ballad. Sounds like they put a song on this album just for people to take a bathroom break during their shows if they ever play that song. The song Home, I guess, is okay. Dance of Eternity was just a bunch of musical wankery. One Last Time and Spirit Carries On are just very lame and cheesy songs. And the ending of the album, Finally Free, was really annoying as well. So don't even get me started on the length of this album. It's over an hour long, I think just over 77 minutes. So it's practically a double album length when you compare it to classic prog albums from the 70s. So at some point, I stopped trying to like actively listen. I just started enduring it, like enduring a pain. And that's when I realized something, that maybe this isn't an album. Maybe it's actually supposed to be a workout. So I decided to test that theory. What if Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory, isn't meant to be listened to, it's meant to be survived physically? So Overture 1928, that intro, immediate warm-up, jumping jacks, you don't get a choice. Strange Deja Vu, every time the chorus hits, squats, deep squats. Fatal Tragedy, that instrumental section there, that's where you have to do burpees non-stop. Apparently suffering is part of the narrative of this album. Beyond This Life, that 11-minute runtime, yeah, that's you doing cardio. You're running now. I don't care where, you just run. And Home, that groove, that's a core workout. You have to do planks during that part. By the end of the song, you're questioning your life decisions. Dance of Eternity, this one nearly killed me. Every time the time signature changes, you have to switch exercises. And I didn't even know what I was doing by the end. I think I invented new muscles during that song. And by the time the album ended, I was really exhausted emotionally, physically, spiritually. And then it hit me. All right, obviously, I don't hate this album. Maybe check today's date. Of course, Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory is incredible. One of the most ambitious and well-executed concept albums in prog metal. Insane musicianship, brilliant motifs. Yeah, it's a bit long and over the top, but that's kind of the point. But I do want to know, did I have you a little bit in the beginning of the video thinking I hated this? Let me know down in the comments. And also, what's the most exhausting album you've ever listened to? Also let me know. And if you're brave enough, maybe try the Scenes from a Memory workout that I just described and showed you. But don't blame me if your muscles are burning by the end. And that's all for this video. Just wanted to make something fun for y'all. If you like metal, rock, and prog music, you've come to the right place. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the loop on when I post new videos. I've mostly been talking about my first impressions of new albums as they come out in 2026. And my next video in that series, I'll be covering new music from The Chemical Mind, Green Carnation, Angine de Poitrine, Hex, and Zachary Baker. So stay tuned for that, and peace out.